5-0 on a road trip that's never happened before in franchise history until you guys just accomplished that feat. Given with the way that you guys have played, what from your vantage point are you most proud of in the way that you guys have competed?
I think that's it, is the level of competitiveness we show consistently through the trip. Going back to the Indiana game, we've competed very well. Scrapped, but also our concentration levels have been high. I don't think today was perfect by any stretch. There's lots of breakdowns, but our hustle and overall desire, I think, carried us for stretches, and that's the way it's got to be sometimes.
What does it say that as you just pointed out, you guys weren't perfect tonight? You lose Jeff late, you lose TLC a little bit early in the game, no KD, but you still found a way to get the W and your sixth straight victory.
Yeah, positive for sure. I mean, that's what it takes. You got to win in different ways. Some nights you're going to go through adversity. Obviously not having Kevin is a big blow, but then TLC when we already were in an 8-man rotation tonight, and then eventually Jeff. So it's we put ourselves in a position to be able to weather those things. Made it interesting at the end, but I thought over the course of the night played well enough to win the game.
Christian Winfield with the New York Daily News.
Coach, I'm not sure how many times we're going to see guys go down and then guys just find ways to win. First we watched James win a game. Well, not James. You guys win a game with only James, with Kyrie and KD out. And then today you got Jeff going out, TLC. Is this team kind of just built to, sustain itself despite players dropping in and out?
I wouldn't go that far. I think it's, you don't want to build that as your model. So I think we showed toughness. We showed mental toughness and belief and connectivity by continuing on this trip, no matter who was available or what the situation was. Down 24 in Phoenix, give up the lead tonight and are tied late. Overall, just showed like that toughness that is a non-negotiable if you want to be a great team. And some of that toughness and resolve, it has to be built. It's not just something you turn on. So, I think that's what's really positive, is just showing willingness to win in different ways, a willingness to lock in and win games that look different on a night-to-night basis. And that's important.
Brian Lewis with the New York Post.
Hi, Steve. Two-part. One, I was just trying to see if you had any kind of clearer idea on how TLC and Jeff were doing. And then secondly, when you guys kind of flipped the game in the second quarter, you go from whatever it was down 6 to up 8, what started working for you there?
I don't have an update on those two. I think they're still being monitored and figured out what their diagnosis is. But I thought the stretch in the second quarter, our defense picked up. We gave up 21 points, I believe, in the second quarter, which was outstanding. We didn't turn the ball over in that stretch. Make shots, but make or miss. When you're able to hold a team like that is shooting the ball so well and has incredible scores to 21 points in the quarter, I think that is the foundation of going on some runs. So that was, I think, the best part. And then taking care of the basketball helps our defense. It also clearly helps your offense. And then you add it all up, we were able to separate a little bit by the half. We were able to maintain that until nearly the end of the game and held on.
Malika Andrews with ESPN.
Hi, Phantom Steve. If you were able to boil this road trip down to maybe one lesson or one important thing you all learned about yourselves, or perhaps an adjective to describe it, what would that be?
And I don't know if I could put it in one. If I had to say one word, I would just say simply toughness. I think we look back to the Detroit game and how poor our application was. That's not toughness. Mentally, physically, we were a shadow of ourselves. And, so this last 6 games, I think our toughness has been there. We've been willing mentally, physically, and emotionally to lay it on the line every night. And I know that's just cliches, but it's the truth. That's why they are things that you need. And so we turned a little corner there where, we've had the application, the toughness, and the concentration levels that allow us to win slightly different ways. And, we have a lot of shot makers. we're going to score points. It's like, how can we defend? How can we rebound? How can we take care of the basketball? And on every night, we found a different way to kind of win the game.
Thank you.
Alex Schiffer with The Athletic.
Hey, Steve, in the first quarter, James and Kyrie combined for all but one basket that Jeff had. Was that just a product of what the defense was giving you guys, or how did you think it kind of turned out that lopsided?
Sometimes the game just plays out like that. It's not necessarily the way we seek to play. We want the ball to move and for all five guys to be a threat. And, if they want to load up on those two, then other guys are more than capable of knocking down shots or making plays. But sometimes when you have two players as potent as those two, it's just the way it works out. And, it's not by design, and I don't want it to be like that too often, but that just shows the potential that those two have.
And then
Bruce Beck with NBC New York.
Hey, Steve, learning how to win is something that's not easy and takes time. What does it mean to be on that road to finding that tonic right now?
Well, that's, like I keep saying, a non-negotiable step in any team's aspirations is to have that resolve and toughness and connectivity. So I've been saying that since day one, and we're starting to see, more consistent efforts. And I just get a sense that our guys are coming together a little more off the floor as well. They're finding a bit of a bond and enjoying playing together and fighting for one another. And that, is other than the toughness and application I've talked about, the fact that those guys have come together a little bit more, look like they like each other and want to play for each other has been the most positive part of the last 6 games.
Tom Dowd with BrooklynNets.com.
Hey, Steve, on a night you didn't shoot great from 3, you got 60 points in the paint. So how significant was it, back to Kyrie and James, just breaking the defense down, getting into the paint, getting shots for themselves or setting up other guys?
Yeah, that was huge. I mean, in particular in the first half, we had a big discrepancy in the points in the paint. I held them, I think, to 14 in the first half. So, that was part of holding them to 21 points in the second quarter. And it's just, whenever you can make people score over the top, especially with a team with potent scorers and shooters that we have, I think it gives us a chance to win every night. So that was, the big part of the game for me was the limiting their points in the paint, protecting the basket for a long stretch of the game, and then getting downhill ourselves, getting on the rim and making them, either get the ball out of the basket and take it out of bounds or have to leave shooters for 3. So it was a positive paint attack and paint defense on both sides for us.
Thanks so much, Coach. We appreciate it.
Thanks, everybody. Good night.